I spent decades in the operating room, and I can tell you some of the so-called health foods are anything but. There are a few foods I won't touch, and you might want to rethink them too. Number 1, low-fat diets. Let's start with one of the biggest nutrition mistakes in recent history, low-fat diets. Back in the 1970s, fat became the enemy, and suddenly everything in the store was labeled fat-free or light. Yogurt, cookies, margarine, salad dressings, all low in fat, but loaded with sugar and starch. The origin of this myth, a scientist named Ancel Keys. He published the famous 7-country study, but he cherry-picked only the countries that fit his theory that fat caused heart disease. So we all cut out fat, and what happened? Obesity skyrocketed, diabetes soared, and heart disease, it didn't go away, it actually got worse. Today, I eat a high-fat, low-sugar, plant-heavy diet. I pour extra virgin olive oil on everything. I eat avocados, nuts, coconut oil, and I never touch anything labeled low-fat or fat-free. If the front says low-fat, flip it over. The back probably says added sugar. Number 2, diet sodas. I used to drink diet sodas every single day, even in the operating room. 0 calories. I thought it was a smart choice, but I was wrong. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose trick your brain and harm your gut bacteria. Studies show they can lead to glucose intolerance and insulin resistance, the very things you're trying to avoid. Plus, they're hundreds of times sweeter than sugar, which numbs your taste buds. Real food stops tasting sweet, and you crave even more sweetness. So what do I drink instead? San Pellegrino, my Coke recipe. San Pellegrino with 1 or 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. It's my fake Coke recipe that made the internet rounds. Tastes like what I was used to, but has all the benefits of a sparkling water loaded with sulfur, which you want, and the polyphenol content of balsamic vinegar. Number 3, whole grains. Now, grains like wheat, rye, and barley all contain gluten, and gluten is a lectin. Lectins are plant proteins that can damage your gut lining, causing leaky gut, and confuse your immune system. Okay, so what about quinoa? The Incas ate it, but they didn't just boil it and eat it. They soaked it. They let it rot. They fermented it, and then they cooked it because they knew quinoa was toxic unless properly prepared. And unfortunately, that direction is not on the package label. They knew how to detoxify a particularly bad grain. We unfortunately don't. Now, my advice, if you're going to eat quinoa, pressure cook it to destroy most of the lectins. Or better yet, skip it entirely and eat naturally lectin-free grains like millet or sorghum. These don't have a hull and are lectin-free. And quite frankly, they taste great. Number 4, U.S. cow dairy. Now, first of all, cow's milk is designed to fatten up and grow a baby calf quickly. And it's loaded with a substance that does that. It's called insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1. Now, IGF-1 promotes rapid growth, and that's the last thing we want in our children or as adults. Our children are not baby cows, and neither are you. Now, secondly, most American dairy comes from a Holstein cow. That's that black and white cow. These cows make a protein in their milk that's called casein A1. Casein A1 is a lectin-like protein that's been linked to leaky gut, pancreatic damage, autoimmune responses, and that funny feeling that many of us get when we drink milk. So, what do you eat instead? So I'll use A2 milk cheeses, especially those that come from France, Italy, and Switzerland. For instance, true-aged Parmesan Reggiano from Italy is one of my top picks. Now, the good news is that goat, sheep, and buffalo milk products, like kefir, yogurts, and cheeses, are all rich in MCTs and easier on the gut because they contain casein A2, the good kind of casein. Number 5, coffee creamer. I know it's a staple in a lot of kitchens, but most coffee creamers are toxic to your gut. Yes, I used Coffee Mate. Yes, even the ones that say sugar-free. So what's in them? Emulsifiers that damage the gut wall. A lot of them are loaded with pea protein, a common irritant for sensitive individuals, and omega-6 oils like corn oil, safflower oil, cottonseed oil, sunflower oil, peanut oil. Even so-called healthy options aren't safe. Almond creamers are often made with whole almonds plus the skins, which unfortunately contain lectins, and they're often loaded with sugar. Oat milk creamers? Now, most oats in the U.S. are sprayed with glyphosate, even most of the organic brands. They also test positive for a banned herbicide linked to birth defects. So if you're using oat creamer, you're getting 2 toxic chemicals in every cup. So what do I recommend? Look for MCT-based creamers made with coconut milk or blanched almonds or even hazelnut or pistachio milks. For instance, Gundry MD makes an MCT creamer. Other good options? Four Sigmatic or brands with monk fruit, stevia, or allulose. Or skip the creamer and sprinkle cinnamon in your grounds or on top of your coffee. More amazing episodes just like this one. Watch now. There is no such thing as the term superfood. It's one of those that was made up. We make up terms to make it sound super. But there is no definition of a superfood.